In this vidIQ keyword research tutorial, I'll show you how to use the vidIQ keyword research tool to create videos that are almost guaranteed to consistently get a steady stream of views, subscribers, and possibly revenue for many months and even years after you publish them. I have proof this works, even for totally new channels. I'll show you in my analytics because I have used the same process successfully in a few of my own videos. Like this one that has delivered 24,000 views and 539 subscribers so far since it was published on this channel almost a year ago, with almost no sign of slowing down. Notice back in my channel analytics how I didn't publish much content after this video, but views on that video kept increasing over time. Then I published this video, which has not only delivered almost 8,000 views since it was published just 6 months ago, but is now also generating passive income even though this channel isn't officially monetized by YouTube yet. I'll show you how much it's making later in the video so you can see what is possible with just one video. But first, here's more proof this approach works to get results years into the future, even for a totally new channel. This second video I published February 2020 on a channel with only 3 videos total has gotten 50,000 views in the last 5 years since it was published. And while this traffic has dwindled in recent years, to this day it still gets more views, subscribers, and watch time than a lot of the videos I created for this channel that don't use this approach. So if you are tired of spending a ton of time on videos every week that are lucky to generate a few hundred views before flatlining and then literally getting 0 views after about a week, then get off the content hamster wheel and come with me to learn how to do vidIQ keyword research to help you create videos that get consistent results every day, week, and month for years into the future. Now, the vidIQ keyword tool can be a little overwhelming at first, so I'll start with just the essentials you need to know for the process. Then I'll show you the step-by-step process I've been using, including what numbers to look for and how to verify them before taking action. So let's get started with how to use the vidIQ keyword research tool. First, you will need the pro version of vidIQ called vidIQ Boost, which includes the browser extension vidIQ Vision for YouTube. Now, don't worry if you don't already subscribe to vidIQ Boost. I made a video explaining how to get the pro version for free. I'll link in the description for you if you're interested. And since browser extensions don't work on mobile devices, you will not be able to do all of your keyword research with vidIQ on mobile, including the most important parts of the process I'll be covering in just a moment. Once you've set up your vidIQ account, connected your YouTube channel, and installed vidIQ Vision on your favorite browsers, start by clicking on keywords in the sidebar, and you should see vidIQ's keyword tool. Generally, the way we use this tool is to type a seed keyword like vidIQ into the search bar, hit enter, and then analyze the keyword suggestions that vidIQ gives us in these 3 tabs here: related keywords, matching terms, and questions. There's a preview of what you'll find in each tab here, here, and here. And clicking on the tab up here is the same as clicking on the button down here below the preview. I like to click on the buttons below the preview so that I can see how many results I'm going to find in the tab when I click on it. You can see there are hundreds of keyword suggestions here. But before I do that, I want to talk about what you'll see here in the overview. For whatever keyword you enter, vidIQ shows monthly search volume, a competition score from 0 to 100, and an overall score, combining both metrics. vidIQ tries to give you an idea of how good or bad these numbers are, relatively speaking, with colors from red to green, with red being bad and green being good. You really have to take all of these numbers and scores and colors with a big fat grain of salt though. They are just a starting point. I'll get into specific thresholds to look for and just how accurate these numbers are in a moment, but generally, the more broad a term is, the less you can trust these numbers and scores. Clicking here to get to matching terms tab is the same as clicking here, and you will see that there are 272 matching terms. Matching term just means that every suggestion here has the seed keyword in it, and columns for monthly search volume, competition, and overall score for each term is over here, the same as it would be on the overview tab. Questions are also technically matching terms, just in the form of a question, and those all have the same columns over here. And related keywords is a little bit different in that the seed keyword is not always contained in the keyword phrase, And there's a new column we didn't see on the other tabs called Related Score. Now you can sort the columns in all of these tabs by clicking on the column headings once to sort by ascending and again to sort by descending. Hover your mouse over a competition score to get a numeric value. Check the boxes here to copy individual keywords to your clipboard. And you can export your vidIQ keyword research, including all of the columns shown here, by clicking this export button here, which will download a CSV file to your downloads folder. By the way, back on the overview tab, you can actually export all of these tabs to your downloads folder as CSV files really quick by clicking here, here, and here. Finally, if you click on a keyword in any of the tabs, like vidIQ Boost, for example, then that gets entered here automatically and becomes the new seed keyword for all of the keyword suggestions. Now let's take a quick look at the features of the vidIQ Vision for YouTube browser extension we'll be using. It injects some extra data and widgets you can see right from in YouTube, including current VPH stats or views per hours on videos, some of that same info including channel subscriber counts from within search results. If you click on a video, you'll see this widget, which has some very important data in it. Total views graphed over time for the video. Switch to the Overview tab in this widget and scroll down to see you can use vidIQ to see competitor keyword data. If they tag their video, you will see vidIQ's overall score, if it's a keyword vidIQ tracks, as well as what position the video is ranking in for that keyword. You can see my video ranks highly for a lot of similar terms here. Very handy stuff. So now that you know how to use the vidIQ keyword research tool, let's get into the vidIQ keyword research tutorial, where I'll show you step by step the real world application of these tools I have used successfully to get all of the results I talked about at the beginning of this video. There are two YouTube keyword strategies, targeting browse or targeting search. Targeting browse means doing broad keyword research to help your videos appear on home pages and in suggested videos for the right audiences, which can lead to viral moments but is less predictable. Targeting search, also known as YouTube SEO keyword research, focuses on finding specific keywords with low competition that are likely to rank high in search when people type in specific search terms in the search bar. While targeting browse can go viral and get a lot of views quick, it's not as easy or as repeatable as targeting search, where the data will tell you what's going to work and even how many views you can expect to get for your effort. But here's the secret that almost no one is talking about, except maybe one case where I found Thomas Frank was talking to Jay Klaus on the Creator Science podcast.
How to think about browse views versus search views.
I naively thought that TF Explains was going to be a search-only channel. That turned out to be wrong. Actually, we have more traffic from browse features and suggested than we do from search. Why would he put this much effort into it? This is stupid.
His decision paid off big time. The Thomas Frank Explains channel has grown to 220,000 subscribers, done over 10 million views, and doubled his revenue.
The secret is that well-optimized and organized search-targeted videos on evergreen topics can actually get significant additional traffic from YouTube browse features and even rank in Google search results. I've actually seen this firsthand in my search-targeted videos I mentioned earlier. All of them ranked high on search for their targeted terms, but one actually got more views from browse features, and one now gets more from Google search than it does from YouTube search. That video now generates about $20 per month in passive income through vidIQ's affiliate program. This income has been going up every month as the video's steady views from YouTube and Google bring additional customers, which vidIQ pays lifetime commissions on. So because it's easier, more predictable, can also get significant views from browse features and also Google search, we are going to be focusing on vidIQ keyword research for SEO, where SEO stands for search engine optimization. Probably should have mentioned that earlier. Once I figured out a repeatable step-by-step process for doing this, I compiled all of my notes into a comprehensive keyword research and YouTube SEO guide, complete with checklists I call the Rank Fast formula. It's right here in my Notion account, and I'm going to walk you through it step by step, starting with the keyword research portion of it. It's extremely detailed and leaves nothing out, so I won't have time to give you much more than a brief overview here in this video, but you're welcome to download it for free for a limited time using a link I'll put in the description. It's available as a PDF for everyone, as well as a Notion template for all of my fellow Notion users out there. Grab your copies quick though, because I am honestly thinking about trying to sell it soon, and I don't know how long it'll be available for free, especially the Notion version. And there is also an Easter egg or surprise I put at the end of it for the early birds out there that also may not be there for very long. You can see step 1 here is brainstorming ideas and seed keywords. And notice each step has an overview and the same 3 process, tools, and checklist sections in these drop-down arrows right here. I used a little puzzle piece emoji before each step to remind you that all of the steps are essential to the final picture and you shouldn't leave any of them out. But not only that, make sure that you also check all of the boxes in the checklist section for each step, otherwise this may not work. I have created videos that attempted to leave parts of this process out, when I was still figuring it out, and those videos flatlined quickly or don't get enough views to justify the effort I put into them. So let's now dig into step 1, brainstorming ideas and seed keywords. When I expand this process section, you will see that the process consists of 2 tasks that I highlighted with this blue background to make them stand out. This first task is to simply write down ideas you have for videos in a table with 2 columns. This is pretty easy, but I go into more detail on how I think about it if you click on this drop down right here. So I talk about a few places you can get ideas from here, and then I show you an example of a table where you can start capturing your ideas. The next task is to try to extract a couple of seed keywords from at least 4 ideas and put them into the second column. Again, if you look at more info on this task, you will see a suggestion to not spend more than 10 to 15 minutes on it, as well as a note that sometimes your ideas are seed keywords, and in that case, you can just write your idea in the second column. These little arrows and sparkle emoji here and here indicates you can get help from AI on these tasks. So if you go to the tools section, you will see here are some prompts that can help you under AI chatbot. So here you would first use this prompt, give me 10 topics related to, and then fill in your area of interest or expertise. And then second, use this prompt, list a max of 3 seed keywords for each of those 10 topics above in a table with topic on the left and seed keyword on the right. Using those 2 prompts, you can complete this entire step in just a few seconds. Way shorter than it took me to explain it to you just now, but it's important to have a handful of seed keywords, as you will see in the next step, which is why you want to look at the checklist for each section before you move on to make sure you have everything you need to get through the rest of the formula. So you can check this box if you have at least 4 ideas and 4 to 12 seed keywords you extracted from those ideas. If you see this little gray checkbox next to a task, it's a reminder to make sure that you are checking the box in the checklist section once you have completed this task. Step 2 of the Rank Fast formula is primary keyword research, where we want to find 1 primary keyword phrase to target. There are quite a few more tasks in this step of the process, and while the overview says that we want to select 1 primary keyword phrase to target, we could also uncover additional primary keywords we could target in future videos along the way. So the first step in task 2 is to pick your favorite seed keyword and enter it into vidIQ's keyword research tool. Then go through all of the tabs I showed you earlier and look for keywords with these specific volume and competition thresholds. Look for keywords with a volume of between about 10 and 50,000 and a competition score less than about 20. I want to emphasize, these thresholds are just rough guides for small or new channels. If you see a keyword, but it only has 8,000 or so monthly searches, but a super low competition score like this one of about 9, go ahead and put it on the list for consideration. And if you have a bigger channel, you might have to calibrate the thresholds of what you can target with a little experimentation, but maybe not, as you will see later. If you are doing this manually, one thing you can do to speed it up is to click the column headings to sort by volume or competition, or export all the data like I showed you earlier. Then organize all of this info manually into a spreadsheet or your notes like this next task says to do. Or if you really want to do this fast and have access to AI, download all the tabs right from the overview page using these buttons here, here, and here. Drag and drop them into your favorite AI chatbot. Then go to the tools section for this step and grab this prompt to have AI do the work for you and filter out the results that are not in your preferred language. Now you should have a much shorter list to work with for the next task, which is to highlight keywords on this list that are good primary keyword phrases to target. What is a primary keyword phrase though, and what makes one good or bad? Answers to those questions can be found in the guide under this task. A primary keyword phrase is a phrase that a person would typically type into a search bar when searching for information. You can see I have a screenshot here where I've typed in the seed keyword phrase into YouTube, and their search predictions show me a list of almost all good primary keyword phrase examples. Additionally, phrases that make good primary keywords tend to have clear search intent. Again, you can use the prompt in the tools section to give AI the first swing at creating that list for you. But once you are done with this task, you'll probably have just a handful of keywords for the next few tasks, which focus on YouTube keyword validation. In these validation tasks, we are double checking the volume and competition numbers reported by the vidIQ keyword tool and double checking our intuition on what we think good keyword phrases are. The first validation task is to open a private browser window, navigate to YouTube, and start typing your list of what you think good primary keywords are into the search bar. I like to use Firefox with the vidIQ Vision browser extension installed for this task. And make sure that when you navigate to YouTube in that private browser window, that YouTube displays this message, try searching to get started. If you don't see that, your session is tainted and you should completely close down Firefox and try to open a private browser to YouTube again until you do see that try searching to get started message. Then start typing your candidates for primary keywords into the search bar one word at a time and see if that primary keyword appears in the search predictions. If it does, note what position it is in here. If it doesn't, note that too. If you're using AI, you can ask it to add another column to your table for this info and then ask it to update the table for each keyword as you go through them. The bottom line is if the entire phrase gets suggested at some point before you have typed in the entire phrase, the sooner the better, then we have confirmed that this is a good primary keyword that a fair number of people are actually searching for. If the keyword is not showing up in search predictions, then we will probably not pursue it any further. In the next task, for each of the keywords that did show up in the suggested searches, we are going to do a quick keyword competitor analysis. The way to do this is to complete the search for the terms that did not get filtered out in the previous step and look at the top 10 results on the search result page and answer this question. Are there at least 2 to 3 small channels, small meaning less than 10,000 subscribers or so, ranking in the top 10 for this search? This is where having vidIQ Vision installed comes in handy because it will show you how many subscribers the channel has right here next to the channel name. And one thing you can do to make this a little easier is copy the text from the results page like this, paste it into your AI, and grab this prompt in the tools section and put the keyword in at the end here. This will get AI to put all of these results into a handy table that is a little easier to read and gives you a better feeling for how aggressively this specific keyword is being targeted and if it's possible for a small channel to rank for this keyword. If you are a larger channel with 20, 50, or 100,000 subscribers, then just make sure that the number of subs that channels with ranking videos have here are less than what you have, and that you aren't targeting keywords that are outside of your niche. And here is the final vidIQ keyword research task of this step. Right-click on the videos from the small channels that ranked and open them in a new tab. Check out their views per hour or VPH data using the vidIQ widget and look under the Views tab. This is really important. Here we are looking for 2 indicators of searchable evergreen content for at least one of these videos from a small channel. First, we want to see that the slope of this curve is either a straight line or increasing for a period over 2 months, either like this or like this. Second, we want to make sure that the VPH is greater than 2, just to make sure that doing all of the work that it's going to take to create the video is going to be worth our time. The current VPH that this video is getting is an indication of how many views we can expect to see if we were to rank for the same keywords that this video ranks for, so the higher the number, the better. I find this number to be way more accurate than what the vidIQ keyword tool reports, so I don't really trust those numbers. And I know 2 views per hour may not seem like much, but it's actually over 1,500 views per month or 18,000 views per year, and for me, it's the minimum I want to see for doing all of this work. Once you have performed the competitor keyword analysis on all of your primary keyword phrase candidates, if you have one or more keyword phrases that checks all of these boxes in the checklist section, you're ready to move on to step 3. If not, you should go back to the beginning of step 2 and start over with a different idea and seed keyword and keep repeating step 2 until you can check all of the boxes. I think step 2 is the most important step in this whole process. If you can't confirm that the keyword you have selected is an evergreen keyword that enough people are searching for and has low competition, then you really can't go on from here without wasting a bunch of time. Once you do have at least one keyword that checks all of the boxes for step 2, pat yourself on the back because you're on your way to YouTube success, and move on to step 3, which is where we really want to dig in and do some competition research. First, watch all of the videos from the small channels that are ranking in the top 10 results for that keyword phrase and take notes. My Rank Fast formula has a bunch of ideas for what to look for and write down. You can check out for yourself if you would like, but what you are really trying to figure out in this step is, are these videos targeting the same or similar keywords as the primary keyword phrase you selected and attempting to fulfill that search intent for the viewer? And then also, how much work you'll need to do to make a better video than your competition. The vidIQ Vision widget I showed you earlier gives you a way to see what keywords a video is targeting on the Overview tab right here. If you click on that and scroll down, you'll see all of the video tags they used, which tend to be keywords from vidIQ, along with vidIQ's overall score for that keyword here and where the video ranks for this keyword here. If they didn't tag their video, you will not see anything here, and you'll have to look at the title, thumbnail, description, and content to use your own judgment, which you should probably do anyway. But if they did tag their video and are ranking high for some of these keywords, then you can click here to download those keywords along with vidIQ's volume and competition data and add that to your notes. After you have watched a few of those ranking videos, it's now time to pick one that you want to emulate and improve upon. Usually you'll want to pick the one with the highest VPH or views per hour and not necessarily the highest ranking, because the video might be targeting and ranking higher for other keywords, phrases, as we just saw in the vidIQ video tags widget. And if in your competition research, you've realized that the video getting all of the views is targeting a different primary keyword than what you were planning to target, you may want to pivot and target their primary keyword instead. If you are thinking about pivoting your primary keyword, I suggest you go back a few tasks to back where we typed the keyword into a private browser window and make sure that this new keyword phrase you are considering also checks all of the boxes to this point. No matter which video you pick to emulate, just make sure the one you pick has the correct views per hour curve shape and gets at least 2 views per hour, as previously mentioned, because we are chasing those evergreen views. And then make sure you are able and willing to make a better video than the one you selected to emulate. Because the final task in this step is to create a brief plan, just a couple 2 or 3 bullet points for how you intend to create a better video. Again, my guide has a bunch of ideas and examples for how to do this, but it's common for videos ranking in these low competition keywords to have weak packaging, a weak hook, if any, poorly organized content, fluffy content, and bad audio. So that's usually a good place to start your plan. When you are done with this task, as always, make sure you are checking all of the boxes in this step and then move on to step 4, where we are going to create a list of secondary keywords that we'll use as video chapters and to outline and structure our content. This step is also really important. Here's why. If your content research from the previous step was good, this step usually goes very quick and can dramatically improve the performance of your overall content in search. Let me reference some things I put in my guide to show you why. What we're really trying to do here is to find keywords that we could use as YouTube video chapters in the description and roughly outline what will be covered in the video. Video chapters are a special feature of YouTube that allow you to break up the video into sections using timestamps like this, that then become a link you can click on right in the description to jump to that part of the video, as well as thumbnails for each chapter that show up at the bottom of your description. Most of us know and have experienced this, but what a lot of people don't know is that video chapters work like H2 tags if you're familiar with Google SEO terms, and that you can actually rank highly for some of the secondary keywords you use as video chapters. Check out how chapters show up like headings in the video transcript. And look at this search I performed in a private browser on a mobile device. Notice how I ranked #1 in the videos section for a search of vidIQ free version above this video, which was actually targeting that term as their primary keyword. Not only that, but when I ran this search, the chapters were automatically expanded, giving me a page real estate advantage over these videos below me. Another time I checked the rank for this term on mobile, Google put a video player in the results and indexed right to that chapter timestamp when I pressed play. Very cool. So don't skip this. There is only one task in this step. With your competition research top of mind, all you have to do is go back to the vidIQ keyword research tool, type in your primary keyword phrase, go through the related matching and questions tabs, and make a list of secondary keyword phrases that follow the content in the video that you selected to emulate and that you think will make good video chapters and an outline for your video and any extra content you plan to put in there. And there are no volume and competition thresholds for secondary keywords. If you aren't finding enough secondary keyword phrases with your primary keyword phrase, then try putting in your seed keyword phrase again to see if you can find more secondary keyword phrases that way. One final source for secondary keyword phrases would be the video tags you may have downloaded from other sources that you researched. I do have a prompt I'm experimenting with in the tools section to accelerate this process of finding secondary keywords, but given all the benefits of using secondary keywords in chapters I just mentioned, I recommend going through the vidIQ tabs yourself and performing this step manually, clicking column headings where necessary to speed things up. After watching all of the competing videos myself and getting a feel for the topic, I find I can do this better than AI at the moment. Once you have a list of at least 3 secondary keyword phrases, you can check the box for step 4, which means your keyword research is now complete. Now that you know how to use the vidIQ keyword research tool to find the right keywords to target, what do you do with them? To answer that question, check out my next video right here. If you don't see it here yet, hit subscribe so you don't miss it, or you can download the Rank Fast formula, my free vidIQ keyword research and YouTube SEO guide for a limited time using the link in the description below to get that info right now without having to wait. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.